So just settling yourself down, wherever you're sitting or lying, finding a comfortable space as best you can, and checking in with yourself. What intentions have you brought with you for this session tonight? Perhaps an intention to relax or an intention to heal something or the other. Whatever intention you might have come with, just acknowledge it. There's nothing wrong with having an intention. But then just see if you can set it to one side. Let it go and experience tonight's session however you find it in the moment, without any expectation, without any pressure on yourself to relax or to resolve anything. Simply be here and simply be with whatever the experience brings for you. So I just want to start this evening's session with some reflections on the 6 human needs and the need for contribution, our ability to give back of ourselves to others in a way that is genuine to us, authentic to us. And if we're able to find an appropriate means to contribute to others, to give of ourselves, then it really does uplift our sense of experience. It makes us feel better about ourselves. Now, this isn't to be confused with looking to feel better about yourself by contributing. And people do this, this happens, and this is the trap. And we often are lured into giving by a desire to receive some sort of praise, some gratification in return. So this is a truly selfless sense of contribution, a sense of contribution without hoping to get anything back. And as with all mindfulness approaches, through this non-striving, not seeking to find things in a certain way, we invariably find that things do change all by themselves in the most surprising of ways. And one of the ways that we can really give back through mindfulness is having the courage to work on ourselves. And it is courage because it's not easy working on ourselves. It's not easy to face what's in the mirror. But actually through self-reflection, through working on the self, we find that we become more compassionate to ourselves and more compassionate to others. So actually simply being present and simply working on a mindfulness practice is in itself a manner of contribution, a manner of sincere contribution. And so with that said, just gently bring your attention now to the breath for me. Let your eyes gently close if they're not already, but if you prefer to keep them open, just stare into the middle distance, not really concentrating on anything with the focus of the eyes, just letting them soften. And bring the attention to the breath. And perhaps start with the breath at the tip of the nose, if that's comfortable for you. And invite a sense of curiosity, of wonder to the experience of the breath at the tip of the nose. What's here to be found in the present moment? And there's no way that the breath needs to be. No way in particular that this experience needs to feel. Bringing an open attitude to the experience of the breath moment by moment, and breath by breath. And you might notice that there's slightly cooler air coming into the nose and slightly warmer air leaving again. You may feel a change in pressure in the nostrils and in the front of the face as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. And not trying to change the breath in any way at this moment. Just letting it settle as it will. And see if you can become aware of any intention to change the breath, any desire to slow it down, any desire to deepen as you explore it. And if that is true for you, just note it. Accept that experience. And then see if you can let it go and let the breath be however it is. Now I invite you to explore the experience of the breath in the belly, letting your awareness sink down into the lower abdomen. And again, bringing a kind and curious attention to the experience here. Feeling the movement of the belly as it rises and falls. The changing pressure in the abdomen. The movement of the lower ribs. And perhaps some sense of the felt experience of the diaphragm itself. Seeing if you can feel the experience from the inside out. Not imagining it, but simply experiencing it as it is. And if you find you've been distracted by thoughts, the shopping list of the mind, things from the day gone by or plans for tomorrow, just note the thoughts. Note where it was trying to take you and whether it was pleasant or unpleasant or simply okay. And then just gently bring the focus back to the breath, back to the belly, to the rise and fall, the gentle in and out. We can always begin again with a simple breath, an anchor for our mind. Now bring your attention, your awareness of the breath up a little higher into the chest. And bring that same kindly, curious awareness to the experience of the breath here in this part of the body. How does the breath feel here? The rise and fall of the chest. Perhaps pressure in the shoulders. Perhaps movement of the arms. Sensation in the neck and the throat. Just exploring to see what is true for you. Remember, there is no right or wrong experience. Simply an awareness of the experience that you are having. And perhaps settling with the experience and the sensations of the heart beating in the center of the chest with the breath. Experiencing again as best you can from the inside out. How does the heart feel with the breath? And now opening your awareness to any experience of the breath that feels most acute, most keen to you. Where does the experience of the breath feel clearest, strongest, most vibrant? Wherever that is for you, bring your awareness gently and closely as possible, inviting a sense of wonder, as if it was the first breath you'd ever noticed. Each breath, the very first. And see if you can just allow yourself to rest wide open in that experience. From this space, check in with yourself. Are there any thoughts persisting in this moment? And if there are, just acknowledging them, just allowing them to be. Noting where they're taking you, whether they're pleasant or unpleasant, or simply okay. And whether there's any emotional content to now. And allowing whatever that is too. Not seeking to change it. Not looking to push it away or cling to it. Just resting with it, abiding with it. And how does the body feel in this moment of experience? Is there any tightness or tension? Any pain or discomfort? Or perhaps an experience of ease, of relaxed, lengthening and loosening. Just resting with whatever the experience is, as best you can. And now just allow yourself to let go of any sense of focusing of attention. Just allow your awareness to receive whatever it receives for the next minute or so. Sounds, physical sensations, patterns of light and shadow behind closed eyes, even thoughts and feelings. Whatever it is, just open to whatever's there. But attempting to bring kind and curious awareness to any experience. Find your awareness of thoughts has pulled you in too closely. Just note them. Bring the focus back to an anchor, the body or the breath. And then just gently expand again. Now bringing the focus back gently to the breath. Wherever the breath feels right for you at the moment. And I'm going to invite you to just gently focus the experience of the breath. At the end of every out breath, just gently pause at the bottom of the breath for a few seconds. Now this should be comfortable, not forced. It should be calming, soothing. So just gently play with the space between the end of the out breath and the beginning of the next breath. Breathe in and out gently as normal. And then pause at the end of the out breath for a few moments before breathing in again. And you can do this on every breath if it feels comfortable, or every few breaths. if not. And just explore the space between breaths. What happens to the mind in this space? What's the experience of the body in this space? I'm not looking to find it any way in particular, but simply being curious. And if you happen to find there isn't much to experience, then just resting and allowing with that simple space. And if pausing the breath for a few seconds is comfortable, feel free to explore with slightly longer pauses. Just ensure that the breath remains measured and calm. That when you breathe in again, there's no urgency or pressure. That it's gentle and soothing. How does the heart feel in this space? Feeling again from the inside out, this experience as it is. And is there an emotional tone to this space? Now just relax your breath again, letting it settle into whatever pattern is natural and comfortable. And as we bring this session to an end, if it feels comfortable, just take a moment to acknowledge and be grateful for yourself, for the effort that you've taken to come here, the commitment you've made to give time to yourself. To be mindful. No matter whether the experience was broken by distraction. Just acknowledging the effort that you made and the kindness that you've shown yourself. And now just gently become aware of the sounds and the sensations of the room around you. Noises, voices, the physical pressure of where you're sitting or lying. Perhaps anything, any taste, any smells. And whenever you're ready, just gently allow your eyes to open and take all the time you need to reorientate yourself back into the world right now. Thank you.